Just a theory. Um, just a theory. Well, this issue's come up many times. I've seen this in conversations, and it's come up in conversations that I've been in. And so this is sort of a general commentary on that, but it's also a response to Shame on Canada. So I'm not intending to mischaracterize you at all. Shame on Canada. If I do, please feel free to say so. It's some of it will be, character by association, because you were somebody that pointed this out. But the main thing pointed out is that, this phrase, calling something just a theory, is sometimes used to denigrate that idea, and it shouldn't be considered that way. And you see this in debates often of theists with atheists, saying evolution is just a theory, or the Big Bang is just a theory. And it is just a theory. And I've seen conversations like that where I wish the atheists would have just realized and admitted that it is just a theory. The Big Bang is just a theory. Instead, I saw them telling this theist to just read a book, learn about space-time, and the Big Bang is pretty confusing. It's not well explained. I mean, for one thing, all that mass was below the Schwarzschild radius, or was it because of space expand? It's not at all clear, and we're still learning, in recent times about the universe and whether it's expanding or going to collapse, or it's possible that if it expands forever, I don't know, maybe matter spews out of history. Who knows? We just don't know. It's a theory. There's a million questions associated with it. And yet those theists often, when they're doing that, are kind of being asses about it. And I'll tell you why what about their point is making them possibly be an ass. It's the part where God is not a theory, right? God is not a theory. So you can't improve. They don't even define God. God, the whole idea of God couldn't be called a theory because it's not testable in any way. It's not. Things are not even defined. You don't even know what they mean. God is power. God is everything. God is love. God is what the hell is God? Everything good. You just call it God. Everything good that happens, and you call it God, and that's your God. And then none of that explains why I should worship it. I mean, it doesn't have the structure of a theory. Now, even a poor theory, like let's say you did make a theory out of a God. Like, let's say that the old Greek idea that the sun was pulled through the sky by a chariot, let's say that was a theory. Well, good, because you could test that. You could try to look really closely. You could, and if you did enough experiments to get into modern times, you'd have enough information to go, it doesn't look like that. And that theory would have turned into the theory that we have now. That's the thing about theories. They progress. So it's very important. And I'm not deriding an idea when I say it's just a theory. I am usually talking to somebody who believes something is absolute knowledge and doesn't realize that something is, in fact, still just a theory. Now, in terms of that, various people talk to me about this cause and effect thing, just telling me, I'm mistaken in various ways. And you have to, I want you to be specific because I want to be able to answer your complaints, because that's sort of the point. It's a fairly straightforward thing. I'm being very honest, like in the cause and effect question. I'm telling you that I'm adapting the term to a new meaning because the new meaning is improved. If you think that it's not improved, we can debate that. If you think, okay, it's improved, but no, it's also separate and we need the old idea, so the old idea is cause and effect and your idea is called what? I don't know. If I set up a quantum mechanical experiment and then run it and get results, I don't know how that isn't a cause and the results were the effect, and it's a probabilistic kind of cause and effect. I mean, it's a kind of cause and effect that when you flip the coin, it really is random, and whether when you flip a coin it's random or not, that we don't know, but on the quantum level we do, so it's certainly not impossible, right? That one case proves it's not impossible. Okay, now, the main thing I wanted to talk about was just the first part, about this just a theory thing. And so the deal there is that people also, with things, the people that do need to be told that something is just a theory, even though I love theories, I'm not putting it down. I think it's a promotion to be a theory, and it's like you can evolve and become better, and that's pretty good. So anyway, so the thing about this too is that people just tend to have this desire for something to be certain. Even people that basically have adopted a skeptical approach in every pragmatic aspect of their life, they know they're not perfectly right. They're humble. They change their mind when they get new evidence, and all of this stuff. They want some core that they think is 100% correct, and they're willing to attach all these things that aren't to it for practical living purposes. But they just want to. It's as if they think that all the knowledge will leak out of the dam. It'll be a hole in the dam, holding all their knowledge in if we don't have these basic certainties in the a priori knowledge, or however you want to obtain them, and instead of realizing they're all theories based on our sense perceptions, which is becoming more and more clear. And the thing is, it's like, okay, if you're going to think in this new way, you need some new definitions. But okay, let's say you don't have a new definition. You use the old definition. Use the classical definition of knowledge. Well, yeah, all your knowledge leaks away in the sense that you can't call it knowledge anymore. Okay, what I mean is this. Okay, you know how to fix a car. Good for you. You know how to fix a car. Well, suddenly, no, you don't know that anymore because you're not certain about anything. You're not certain that your model of the car is correct, and you can't establish this criterion of knowledge, this old classical criterion, not mine, but the classical criteria of knowledge cannot be satisfied. Okay, but guess what? You can still fix a car. You can still fix a car. So we have this situation where, okay, we've discovered the nature of knowledge enough that nobody has any knowledge, but people can still accomplish things with what they are thinking. Why don't we just call that knowledge? That's what I'm proposing. Why not just call knowledge demonstration? If you say you know how to fix a car, then I bring you a car and you fix it, and then I believe you if you do that. And because you can try to tell me all the things you understand about a car, but that won't tell me really if you can fix it, unless I can also fix cars and I can get a pretty good guess, and even then I won't know until you actually can do it or not. And I argue that all knowledge is like this. It's not so petty of something that needs to be done like fixing a car. Maybe it's something weird like making a pattern appear on a screen, in the two-slit experiment, for example. It can be something very arbitrary that just demonstrates something material. So, so what leaks out of the dam really are just the things that can't be demonstrated, which I'm sort of more than okay with.